Hello, everybody on quarantine. I'm sorry you guys are still stuck at home. I know some of you guys are going to be there for the rest of this semester. So just keep logging in and looking at the agenda, and I will keep you up to date as much as I possibly can. So we finished up today with the blood spatter lab, and so today we're going to start looking at DNA. So if you are in first or second period, you just barely finished up the blood spatter lab today. So you haven't talked about DNA yet, but in third period, and I suspect in sixth period later today, we're going to be talking about a little bit about DNA. So they looked at the crime scenes. You can examine the crime scene pictures here, and they did an interpretation of the crime scene, and then they started looking for the murder weapon. I can't tell you what it is just yet because all the classes haven't found it yet. I will tell you what it is as soon as everyone has found it. So if you have not done so, then complete the digital blood spatter analysis lab. So it's kind of a PowerPoint activity. So if you weren't here and you didn't group with someone else and you haven't done blood spatter yet, go ahead and complete this digital blood spatter analysis activity. That will take the place of the actual hands-on physical lab that the other kids did while they were in class. If you were here for part of that, go ahead and email me if I haven't already included you in the group and given you credit for that. So let me know if you were here and you didn't get credit for that. Otherwise, do this digital blood spatter analysis to take the place of that. Great. So after that, in third period and sixth period, I barely touched on DNA. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that murder weapon that we found, and we have a list of suspects. Again, can't tell you until all the classes have figured that out. But what we're going to be doing is learning about how DNA is used to solve crimes. And then, so we have to learn a little bit about what DNA is first, learn how to use it to solve crimes. And then when we're done learning about it, the students here are going to go to those four suspects and ask them some questions, and then also pretend to take a sample of their DNA. They're not going to really take it because yuck, but they're going to pretend. They'll probably do like a cheek swab kind of thing, or again, just pretend. So we're going to take their DNA, and then we're going to test it and find out which DNA matches up with the DNA on the murder weapon. And then we will know who committed this heinous crime. So we just barely touched on DNA. Here is my little model that I have of DNA, and it's actually a pretty good model. It's a foam thing, so it kind of stretches. But we talked today about what the gray backbone of this model is made up. And these are phosphate groups, phosphate and sugar, deoxyribose. So we have a phosphate sugar group on the backbone, and then these colored pieces are bases. And if you can remember what bases make up the bases in DNA, it's adenine and thymine, and then cytosine and guanine. Remember how those things all go together. So the cytosine and guanine, they go together and make a pair, and then the adenine and thymine go together to make a pair. So that order of pairs that you have in your DNA, that is what gives the instruction manual to your cell to make the body parts that you have, the proteins that make up your body. They find their instructions in this DNA. I'm going to be talking about this in a little bit more detail with a PowerPoint tomorrow, but that's about as far as we got. And then the bell rings. So that will catch you up. Finish the digital blood spatter analysis activity. And once you're finished with that, we haven't done any assignments yet on DNA. We just barely started to talk about it. And I will check back with you again tomorrow. So have a good day. Thanks. Bye.